lot of it really boils down to personal relationships, your interpersonal skills, your ability to communicate effectively, your ability to be somebody people want to work with. And you can't really stress that enough. If you're not someone people want to work with, you can forget ever building relationships across components of the system. It's just not going to happen. And sometimes that means being quiet. Sometimes that means not getting what you want out of an encounter or a series of encounters. Sometimes it means you have to give something in the hopes that you'll get something back later down the line. You got to negotiate. And sometimes you got to take the fall for somebody. But if you don't build those relationships, you'll never get what you need. So, and sometimes people say, God, why haven't you? Well, because that problem that looks so simple to you. I mean, here's an example. What could be simpler than giving a child a vaccine? Right? Isn't that a straightforward public health intervention? I know what it is. I can count it. I can say, right, that's easy, right? There's nothing easy about getting a vaccine into a child. Nothing. And I don't have to tell you. But think of all the things that have to happen and be in place for that child and that needle to meet. And vaccinations are pretty simple. When you talk about preconception care or service system supports for children with multiple complex medical conditions, I mean, it makes your head hurt. So in some ways you gotta be willing to you gotta be tolerant of ambiguity. You gotta be willing to kind of live in chaos. You won't always have all the information you need, and sometimes you gotta take a back seat because you gotta maneuver. And all that, and you still have to have all the data. You still better know the science. You still better, you need to know that. You might never play that card, but you better need to know it. I mean, you better need to know it. You better know it because you're going to need to know it. Because if you're ever asked, then you have to produce.